So firstly, halal investing, it's synonymous to ethical investing in our eyes. So it's no excessive debt, no pornography, tobacco. So it's very similar to ethical investing. For us, what we see is there's a large amount of practicing Muslims that are not high net worth individuals, right? If you look at the population, it's very young, it's very widespread, and they're moving into the middle class. So they have nowhere really to go to have portfolio management or wealth management. So that's where we come in, using the robo-advisory concept to give access to the retail, faith-based investing masses.
Okay, so it's a really interesting concept, but there are a lot of skeptics out there because there is some who would say you just can't generate the same returns through halal stocks and sukuks and say gold like you are in comparison to traditional stocks and traditional bonds and traditional investments. Is that the case?
Absolutely not. So that's a common misconception. What we've seen is, so recently around 2 months ago, we've pushed out the Wahid S&P Sharia Index in the US. And what we've seen is it actually outperforms, if not performs in line, specifically because during recessionary periods, the less amount of leverage performs better. So over time, it evens out. And I think that's a really good point to note for even conventional investors.
Okay, so how do you allocate in a halal compliant portfolio? What are the trends that you're seeing and what's working?
See, our clients, the norm right now is you keep your money in cash because you don't want to keep it in the bank because they give loans, or real estate when you can afford it. So a big part of our clients, in fact, the majority of our clients are first-time investors. We don't have people moving from Schwab or Vanguard. We have people who have just kept their money in cash or in real estate who now suddenly want a diversified portfolio because it's available. And we feel this is around the world, this phenomenon. It's not just in the States where we started.
Right, and it's a really big addressable market as well. So what's your end goal for the platform? How many clients would you like to attract and how are you going about doing that?
No, that's a great question. So we started off stateside. The plan is definitely to move east. So if you look at the numbers, the US has around 5 million practicing Muslims. Globally, there's 1.5 billion, over 1.5 billion. I'd say 60% or more are under the age of 30. So it's a very youthful population moving into the middle class. For example, Indonesia alone has Hajj accounts, so the holy pilgrimage Hajj, which Muslims save for, they have 4 million Hajj accounts. So these are people saving $3,000 to one day be able to go for Hajj, and they're all practicing Muslims. So the numbers are unbelievable. So it's our job to go out there saying, look, now you have a liquid, efficient solution to save and invest your money.
And I know you've also started to make inroads into Britain as well, attracting the Muslim community there. Why is the UK a focus at this time, particularly when there's so much concern around Brexit and other geopolitical issues weighing on markets?
So I think it was a natural move for us coming from the US. It's an English-speaking country. It's the regulators very mature in terms of fintech. And also you have the same amount of Muslims in the UK as you have in the US, but the UK is smaller than the state of Texas geographically. And we also do hope it can passport around Europe, and the UK is still the gold standard from the way we see it in Europe in the regulatory capacity.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.